So this week I am continuing to read through Charles Dickens. I have two thrillers and the Goosebumps that I didn't get to last week. Hi, this is Jonathan and this is Mr. Pearson Talks Books, here to talk to you about what I'm reading on Wednesday. So first up, we'll start with what I'm a little embarrassed about. And that is, I'm still continuing to read David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I feel like I'm never going to get through this book. But I did make some progress last week. I read probably 40 or 50 pages of it. And I have, when I looked, I have about 150 pages left. So hopefully I will finish this before too much longer. I set it down, and then I am in no real hurry to pick it back up. It is pretty good. I'm at a part where I don't want to give away too much, but something is finally happening. There was a girl named Emily who ran away, and a good portion of the book is spent looking for Emily, trying to figure out what happened to her, and they happen to find her. So that is something that happens in this book. But about 150 pages. Each time I sit down to read, I read about 20. But my goal is to finish this before my new school year starts. We start school on August 17th. So my goal is to have it finished before then. In addition to working through David Copperfield, I am also about halfway through Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This is a book about a girl named Charlie who, because of some tragedies that happened, she has decided to take some time off from school, and she hitches a ride with a guy named Josh who may or may not be who he says he is. And so this is their road trip from the college in Pennsylvania to Ohio. What's interesting is they talk about she needs to be dropped off in Youngstown, Ohio. That's actually the town that my dad was born in. And we used to visit his sister, my aunt, in Youngstown. So that is Survive the Night. I'm probably going to finish this in the next day or so. And when I do, I have a James Patterson book. This is called The Summerhouse. This is James Patterson, written with Brendan DuBois. I'm going to be honest, I don't know very much about this book at all. I know that James Patterson has a tendency to write some really good books and some real stinkers. This one, it says on the cover, Private Beach, Perfect View, 7 Murders. If I'm being honest with you, I picked this up primarily because it is one of the books that's on a list to get a bookmark, one of those virtual bookmarks from Goodreads. So I looked through the list and they were all romancy and things like that, things that I really don't read. But this one stuck out to me, so I grabbed it. James Patterson books tend to read very quickly. So hopefully once I finish Survive the Night, I'll be able to get through this one in a relatively short amount of time as well. And then last week I told you that I was going to read Ghost Beach by R.L. Stine, which is this Goosebumps here, the one with that amazing cover. And I didn't get to it. I was reading Firestarter by Stephen King, and that book just sucked me in. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And it took up the vast majority of my reading time. So I did not get to Ghost Beach. So the goal is to read this now. Maybe, here's an idea, maybe after I finish reading Survive the Night, before I start The Beach House by James Patterson, I pick up Ghost Beach and read that. It's a Goosebump. It's only going to take me a day or two. So that sounds like a plan that I want to do there. So those are the books that I am planning to read this week. And as always, I want to know, what is it that you have planned for your reading? Leave that down in the comments. And if you've read any of the books that I have read, let me know what your thoughts are. And I just did an interesting video tag or book tag where I had 8 prompts and I picked 8 books to go with each of those prompts. If you would like to see what those prompts are, go ahead and click on the video that's going to pop up here in a minute. And as always, my name is Jonathan. This is Mr. Pearson Talks Books, and I'll see you next time.